I am Neil Edwards, and this is the Leadership Range, where we elevate the voices of Black and Brown coaches, leaders, and allies, and have soulful conversations about all things at the intersections of leadership, relationships and teams, well-being, and inclusion. Here I offer deep insights and practical tips for work and life. Today's episode is another short musing from yours truly, me. We are closing out Women's History Month. I had hoped to have Dr. Veronica Murray, a nurse turned organic wellness coach and coach trainer, on the podcast this month. But that didn't work out as planned. I hope she will be with us next month or in May. We did have Dr. Tawana Burrows as a coach, leader, entrepreneur, and disruptor who is shaking things up in coaching and diversity and inclusion. She's an incredible woman. My conversation with Dr. Burrows reminded me of all the women mentors and sponsors I've had in my life. Women were not only crucial in my own development, they dominated. There are just too many to name without boring you to death, from preschool all the way up until now. So I'll just say thank you to all the women who have added value to my life and cared for me in many ways. There is so much to talk about in the world and in the workplace right now that's juicy for leadership, relationships, well-being, and inclusion. Multiple states are trying to stop Black people from voting. The pandemic is still crushing our collective well-being, and especially well-being of marginalized communities. Asian people are definitely facing nonsense at work and in their communities. Companies are still throwing big D&I money around while failing to address the topics that will actually make a difference to change the systems bolstering inequities. Mental health and well-being are a mess. And so there's a lot of resources being pushed in that direction because of tremendous need as we continue through this pandemic. And hopefully we're coming out real soon here. Even with all of that, more people are speaking out, and that gives me a lot of hope. There's a lot. The last time you heard from me, I talked about Black men at work. I got a lot of positive soundings from Black and brown men, and surprisingly from women, thanking me for elevating what they saw the men in their lives going through. I really, really appreciate the feedback because honestly, I don't know how my points of view might land because I'm not out there doing market research. The men I have coached or mentored and my own experience are all that inform me. I would love it if a few Black men would join me here to talk about their experience around being Black in predominantly white corporate spaces. It is a risky conversation, but one many would appreciate hearing more about. What would be awesome right now is also to have an Asian man in our conversations. So if you know the voice that needs to be here, then make it happen. That's all I have for today, folks. I really just appreciate your ears and your presence. I hope you return for more as we continue on the Leadership Range next Monday with more rich content. For now, because there's still time left in Women's History Month, show some gratitude for the women in your life. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Leadership Range. If you enjoyed the episode, I invite you to peruse the others for more great conversations. If you know someone you think ought to be on the podcast, please send me an email at neil@neiledwardscoaching.com. To connect with me, you can find me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/nedwards07. I look forward to you joining in for more conversations each Monday on the Leadership Range.